hope traders and investors alike were green today. Well, Jay Powell come out and he said things like we can over tighten, then use our tools to prop up the economy. The market absolutely did not like that. He said it's very premature to think about pausing rate hikes. Just several different hawkish statements were made during the press conference. He actually sounded dovish during, when he come out and made a statement and they released the numbers. But the press conference itself was, he sounded very hawkish. And really, there's nothing that he said that anybody should really be thinking anything else. If they did try to do a pause or a pivot here, then it would basically sacrifice all the work that they have put in and the time that they have put in. At all times, Powell come out and said that this was going to take time, that this was going to be data dependent, and he has stuck to his word. So if you were, looking for a pivot, I do apologize. Today for us was an awesome day. No gambling, strictly playing the action. There was a lot happening today. Definitely a big day. Well, let's look at the charts. We can talk more about as we go. So we got AMC here, posted this, broke out of this ascending triangle to the downside, posted this chart in the Discord last night. This is our bullish percent index, getting very close to that 70 and pull back today. That 70 area, we're right there. You can see we pretty much touched it. We went beyond the 70 area, as you can see, but we usually see downside when we get up here. So the market's had a strong rally. Now it's time for a pullback. You can see there was a NASDAQ we were just looking at. This is the S&P 500. You can see it's a little bit cooler than the NASDAQ itself, but still very close. The put to call ratio, we are bearish. Come in at a 118, deep in the bearish zone there. The oscillators for the NASDAQ, 129, so we did cool off. We were overheated. 137, New York Stock Exchange, we cooled off there as well. You can see the SPX here, the S&P 500. We talked about this weekly resistance level on Sunday and how it could probably cause a problem. So we have our AD lines, negative 1700. Our moving average is turning down, actually trying to flatten out here right at the end of the day. The dollar held in today. It's back above the 9. Wide range candle there was all over the place. Did hold that 9 and 50. The VIX today just proves that the VIX is just a broken instrument. You would think that we could at least spike, at least come in and touch that daily 9. Stopped out dead in its tracks at the daily 200. You can see we had a little push, but during the actual meeting, the VIX pulled back with the market, and you think that's when you would think that's when it would spike. Crude trying to push up here though, breaking out of a little flagging into the moving averages, pushing up. Our advanced decline lines all turning down. Still got a decent high-low ratio. Still seeing for the most part even. So we got more highs than lows there, and down here on the NASDAQ, more lows than highs. Apple, big down candle today. These big bearish candles like this, normally you would see follow through. If I'm not mistaken, we only seen one FOMC meeting, the press conference, the numbers released. We've only seen one that actually had the proper follow through off the daily signals that we had gotten off the daily chart and got follow through the next day. You see AMD, who tried to push here, gapped up and tried to push right into the daily 9, rejection. A firm big down candle there. You can see a firm tried to push up and just ripped back, pretty much followed the market, traded with the market. Amazon the same, AMC the same, pushed up with the market and ripped back up. Most stuff traded with the market today. AMD, you can see this tried to push it open, come in, tested pre-market levels, got rejected. Did push up from, at the FOMC meeting and got rejected. But AMD looked good in pre-market though. Amazon, you can see two big bearish candles there. You can see we're hanging outside of the Bollinger Bands there as well. Apple chopped around, big push right into your 200. That's the meeting, pushed up when Powell first come out and then pull back. And exactly textbook, this is a textbook move to what we were looking for today. First move one direction, second move in another. Exactly what we were looking for. ARC, you got this little rising wedge here right into your 50-day rejection back below your moving averages. Watch this support level down here. Boeing's actually been strong. Look how big that candle was today. We called this out. We seen the news on this. We seen the flow, seen the news, and then the flow actually slowed up, but it had big share volume coming into it. You can see we pushed outside the Bollinger Bands. It was pulled back in, but respecting that 9. Nice push on that today. Bitcoin weekly still under that 20. 20 is resistance to weekly 20. And you can see how the daily's acting there. We've actually broken back below the 9. You can see Boeing, big push, pull back, big push. This was on some very big Max news come in. I believe was expecting to deliver 400 planes, or I believe that was the news. Charge point, big down candle back below your 9 and 20 there. So with candles like that, we should see follow through. Look how well the candle lines were respected. So rejection at the 200 down to the downside. MACD's trying to roll on Chewy as well. You can see Chewy's 15-minute there. Consumer staples. Consumer staples pulling back. Actually closed below the 9. Big move, down move there. MACD's changing character. Crowd, big down move, breaking out of a bear flag there. Right into a debt. So this bear flagged right into a trend line. This is exactly what we were expecting. Today's news helped that, obviously. CVX pulled back today, still respecting that 9. Getting a little even starish up there. Usually that means our next 1 to 3 candles are to the downside. We'll see. Energy's always on watch. That pushed on petroleum news today. DVN, we had this on watch. This was it. Well, they had earnings and they lowered their dividend and just got destroyed on it. DraftKings pushed up out of the channel and got snatched back into the channel. XLE, you can see the evening starish pattern here, testing the 9. See how we act on that 9. You can see ExxonMobil, same setup, pushed right into the pre-market levels and then snatched back, pushed on news, the petroleum report. Ford pushed up over the 50 and got snatched back on it today. Watch it to see how it acts at the 9. First Solar, outside of the Bollinger Bands, we had this big candle. It's been getting follow through. Big candle on Monday breaking out of that broadening wedge, broadening channel, and getting plenty of follow through. Got a descending triangle here we broke out of with GME and break back down to the 9, back under the 50, testing a daily 9. So you got Google, big down candle, 2 big down days there in a row. If you look here, you actually had a evening star there. You prefer to see that candle pattern on the top of a trend, to be honest. But you still have a bearish engulfing on an inside, coming off an inside day. Q's big bearish down candle today, very ugly. You can see the move here. We chop. We did drift lower. There was, it was tough trading, but there was money to be made there. You can see how we acted on the daily or the 15-minute 9. Big push after the minutes were released, and then or after we had the FOMC numbers released, and then a big pullback on the press conference. Powell was hawkish. Back below your 200 weekly for the Qs. TLT right into the 20 there is resistance, so your 20 days resistance there. You got IWM pushing up, and this is the weekly candle, failed this week. We are back below the 20 there. 9's trying to roll up, but back below the 20. So back below your weekly 20. IWM daily failed at the weekly or at the daily 200, pulling back below the 9. Mara, big down candle, actually broke below support, which will now be resistance. See where we open tomorrow. Meta, just ugly. I mean, just still trending down. You can see this is the intraday 15-minute chart. Been trading pretty flat, trying to grind down. Just some ugly action there off a bad earnings, like 6 in a row now. It's getting pretty pitiful. MU down below all the major moving averages. Microsoft, 2 big down days today. Just moved with the market today. Everything's down today. You can see intraday, same setup. Seeing a lot of that same setup on these intraday charts. MRO, this pullback had earnings tonight. I have not checked on the earnings yet, but we did close below the 9. MU, same setup. Pushed into after the numbers released and pulled back on the press conference. NASDAQ, big down candle there as well. So Netflix, big down candle back under the 9. That's finally breaking down. Watch for it. You do have a gap down here. On this one, you have a gap right here on this one. So we could come down low enough we can look for a gap fill possibly. Nvidia pulled back. Looks like it closed below the daily 50. Watch, see how we act on that daily 9. Big move down on Nvidia. This was a nice push up. Congratulations to the ones that managed to get this at open. Did really well there. Oxy, you can see big pullback and then push at 10 when there's news, the petroleum report come out. Closed below the daily 9. Palantir, ugly candle there. Closed back below the daily moving averages. 50 is still there for support. Same push on the daily or the 15-minute chart. Peloton trying to push up. Pushed into that daily 50 and rejected. It's trying to hold that support level now. Plug, 2 down days in a row. Moving with the market today. Riot, so 2 big down days in a row back below your major moving averages there. MACD's trying to roll. Rivian, same thing, 2 big down candles in a row. MACD's trying to roll there. Roblox had this cup, still possibly may see a handle forming. We'll see how that plays out. The S&P 500, the SPX, big down candle, just ugly. MACD's changing character. You can also see we pushed right up into a previous resistance zone as well, and that's a pretty thick zone right there at that 3,900. This has been an area that we have watched several times, and we could not take it out trying to push up. Breaking below the daily 9. CRM, 2 red days today with a huge candle to the downside. MACD's changing character. Some ugly action there. CRM, you can see it, it had a nice downtrend, tried to push, and another nice downtrend. So that's actually trading weaker than the market for the most part. Snow, this thing's trying to roll right over. This chart looks so good, and all them earnings started coming out, and it just failed. But it also failed at a previous trend line as well. If you continue this line out, you'll see we pushed right into it and rejected. But you got this little rounded or upside down cup. Actually closed, looks like below this previous candle bodies. SoFi, nice push up yesterday and just been rejected ever since. You can see how big the rejection was. Here, coming down, that's earnings move. You see how big the rejection was compared to the market. Did try to push and just pull back. Just pretty sad there. You can see the big push up, so 2 huge down days there. Closed back below that support level as well today. SPY rejection at the weekly. This is the monthly. You can see we closed green last month. Look at the size of this red candle already this month. It's huge compared to we're just getting started. So you got the SPY 2 down days in a row here. Back below support. Watch the daily 9 there. You can see the move here on intraday. Basically just chopped around. Big push up and a big pullback. That thing paid the bills today big time. Big time. So this is our trend chart. You can see our short terms turn bearish. Medium term is fading quickly. It's still bullish, but fading quickly. And you can see the long term never turn bullish. Another down day, and we'll start to see that long term bubble swell. 2 big down days on square. Charts are pretty much the same here. SQQQ, 2 big up days. You can see the volume on it today. Big candle today. And so we can start watching our inverses if the market continues to pull back. Same setup here on the XLK, the technology sector. Tesla, bear flagging here on the weekly. MACD's bearish. You can see the 2 big down days there as well. Just a lot of these charts look alike. Been kind of, the market's been, 75% of the market trades, 75% of the stocks trade with the market. Tesla, nice downtrend here. We did try to push. Congratulations on the ones who opened up Tesla puts this morning and nailed that. Good job. Tried to push, ripped back as well. Uber, chopping around. You can see we gapped up and pulling back. UNG, getting a V bottom here on your 15-minute chart. Nice push today. You can see we got some obstacles here. The daily 9 is turning up, but we still got to deal with that 20-day. Natural gas has been all over the place. Wells Fargo, you can see Walmart has pulled back. Walmart sitting right on this daily 9 right now. So there's a possibility, I know, with these big down candles that we should be seeing follow through. But like I say, the follow through has not worked very well. I believe one time out of all the FOMC days that we've had, only one time we've seen the proper follow through off the daily signals that we've gotten. So there's always a chance that we could push off these daily 9s. So let's get in here and seriously play the action tomorrow, just in case we do push. We have some stocks that are sitting right on these daily 9s. We know that 9's powerful. XLF. So you can see XLF actually pushed up into this daily 50 here. I'm sorry, pushed up into this daily 200. Wrong color. I need to adjust the colors on this chart. Blue, yeah, it is the 200. Messed that up. And seeing rejection. ExxonMobil, you're starting to see the same pattern here. Watch this 9. If we do pull back, see how we handle the 9. And that concludes our video for tonight. I hope everybody has a great night, and I do apologize. It's been a long day. Extremely tired. So let's get in the trading room tomorrow. Let's make some money. Have a great night.